premier service.
At last, the line judge, the end nearest us, gives Steffi a moment.
Media Sanchez, the elder brother of Arantxa.
People down the line there don't like that. Steffi's going to have a look. Arantxa points out where she thinks it landed, and that's good enough for Steffi. So there's a few whistles and shouts of disagreement. It does look as if it was just off the line. Good call. Love 30. And at last, Arantxa getting her reward for staying with it. Three break-back points. Now it's long.
Mademoiselle Sanchez Vicario.
And Sanchez Vicario has got just what she wanted, in danger of being swept aside by this tremendous form from Steffi. Gets the break back, and it's 2-1 Graf, second set.
I think that's always Steffi's problem against Arantxa, is that she can't match the Spaniard for intensity and simple concentration. And when you've been going for lines, as Steffi has, and making them, well, sooner or later, it's inevitable that you're going to just miss by a fraction, which is what she did on the first 2 points of that last game. And then on, obviously, the last shot, it was just a total aberration. And you've thrown Arantxa a lifeline, and that's the nature of the Spaniard's game. She's going to cling on and cling on and cling on, and you have to put her away, because if you don't, if you relax for 1 second, she's back there at you.
So we've got a final that we've deserved, really, after some rather mediocre matches. This is one to really stir the pulse. Arantxa serving, a set down, 1-2. Steffi a little unsure there as she moved wide to the forehand. And that's what they're playing for. The honour also of being #1 in the world. But all that's forgotten right now. These girls born winners, and winning's the only thing that matters. A forlorn look. Danger again lurking. Again, just not quite making room.
Mademoiselle Sanchez Vicario. Changement de balle, s'il vous plaît.
Steffi not quite on the high plateau of form that we saw at the end of the first set and right at the beginning of this.
No, her standards have just dropped a little, missing one or two forehands again. And from 2-love to 2-all. She does have the advantage of serving with new tennis balls.
Maybe it's just a sign of edginess there from Graf, that she's, despite the brilliant nature of her play over the last half an hour or so, she's not been able to put Arantxa away. She's still very much there. Superb depth.
0-30.
Steffi likes to stay fairly close to that baseline and ends up almost having to half volley it and couldn't control it.
So love 30. Oh, well, they say that slice is not an attacking weapon, but it certainly can be.
So seldom does she play the into-out one from the centre of the court to the forehand corner. 99 times out of 100 you'll see her go cross-court, and that, of course, totally surprised Arantxa.
Oh. Not sure it was perfectly hit, that drive from Steffi on the backhand, but it was good enough.
Dipping viciously at Arantxa's toes, but again it was the fact that it was down the line. Normally Steffi goes cross-court. That's what Arantxa would have been anticipating.
30 all. No, not that time. So here's break point for Sanchez Vicario to go ahead in the set for the first time. And even then, she was only just unable to get it back. Prodigious hitting.
40.
Just wide.
Avantage Mademoiselle Sanchez
As I said, they played 32 times before, but this is building up to be just about the best of the meetings. They've had some amazing battles. Break point here for the second time.
Mademoiselle Sanchez Vicario.
Suddenly the momentum has switched in no uncertain fashion. Sanchez Vicario breaks Steffi twice in a row and leads 3-2 second set. Arantxa Sanchez Vicario leads 3-2 in this second set. 2 breaks to 1 in this second set. Not quite. But it says so much about her that she really fancied the chances of pulling off an outright winner.
0-15.
Yeah, she'll run and run and run for everything, and her sense of anticipation is uncanny. It seems that wherever Steffi hits the smash, Arantxa's waiting for it.
And everything's working with Arantxa's game now as well as it possibly could. The forehand is not breaking down when attacked, scampering well, some positive rallies as well, and for the first time really she's outplaying Steffi. And there's the reward again for that tenacity. But Steffi really should have put that away.
You start to panic when the overheads keep coming on back. The last one, she'd gone to the backhand, so she's not been predictable on the overheads. She hits it pretty well, but Arantxa's there, and Steffi is just too desperate.
Oh, it's terrific. This is wonderful for Arantxa to play as well as this in such a big moment, even for her.
Mademoiselle Sanchez Vicario.
4 games in a row now, after losing 4 in a row. And that shows you just how this match has swayed.
It's been fascinating in that way, first one and the other. I mean, Graf starting very hesitantly, then putting together 4 games, being on top, Sanchez coming back, Graf going ahead again. But this is a key game for Graf. Must hold here if she's to hang on to this set.
Anxious twist there from Steffi as she turned to receive the ball. She just cannot put this girl away. It's fabulous to watch.
This is what you've got to do now if you're Steffi Graf and you want to win a point. You've got to come up with something very special.
A few mutterings, but I don't think there's any need to check it. Ooh. It's a wayward serve. Well, that really was a terrific game from Steffi Graf. Because she really had to knuckle down. Sanchez Vicario leads 4-3. Wonderful first serve percentage from Arantxa. Steffi will want to pick up on hers. 84%. Doesn't hold too many terrors, of course, for Steffi, but it'll make Arantxa feel better.
Ooh. 15.
Oh, well, you kind of knew it was going to happen.
Now, look at Steffi after she's hit the smash. What she should be doing is racing forward to the net. Instead, where does she do her split step? Just inside the service line, so the angle that she gives Arantxa is that much more.
Well, it's almost a rarity now that she can hit that forehand to make an outright winner. Well, looked an ugly shot. It's come at an ugly moment. Chance for Arantxa here to make it 5-3.
Mademoiselle Sanchez Vicario.
And I have to say, whatever happens, she deserves to take this set, Sanchez Vicario.
5 jeux à 3.
Yes, she's played quite superbly. She's fed off the errors the Graf has given her, but she's done far more than that, Arantxa. She's played positively when she's had the chance to.
Steffi's serving to stay in this second set. Very close, but just off the line it was. And of course, the more and more successful retrieving Arantxa does, the more that's likely to happen. And she may not hit another roll backhand for some time after that.
Didn't move her feet at all. She was totally open, square onto the net, no shoulder turn. That was a public park shot.
Sanchez Vicario 2 points away from levelling up. Steffi's second ace. No. It was an ace, all right. Onto the line. Arantxa will will herself to find a mark, but she does the right thing in the end.
It's much better to back away in those circumstances, particularly when the momentum is with you. You don't want to turn the crowd against you.
Incredible retrieving. It was just about the easiest shot of the previous 5.
But how many times here? Where's Graf? She's coming backwards. Shoulder high volley. What's she doing now? She's coming backwards. She's allowing Arantxa to retrieve. You have to, in these circumstances, have the courage of your convictions and say, if she's going to pass me, she's too good.
30 all. Well played. No. Some quick thinking from Arantxa, and it holds her in good stead. But again, Steffi should have made it.
But it's just the psychological thought of Arantxa racing forward. Steffi feeling, I've got to come up with a good shot to pass her.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Graf.
You wouldn't have bet on that.
S'il vous plaît.
So Steffi with a point to make it 4-5. Oh. Not that time. It's 4-5, second set.
Mademoiselle Sanchez Vicario.
It's not been a vintage French Championships, the 1995 version, but here at last, after 13 days, we have a match to savour, whichever way it goes now. And thanks to the ladies for providing it. Taken a fair amount of stick over the last couple of weeks. And they've come up with the goods here. Arantxa then serving for the set, to level up at a set apiece. The women who are furious are having their quarter-finals put out to grass on court A. Well, they've come up with a good version of why they should be on centre here. Father Peter may smile. She is getting some unbelievable luck in this match.
Oh, this is so cruel. So cruel for Arantxa. Once again has scrambled back everything. It was a fantastic rally, and Steffi catches the very outside edge of the line. I bet she doesn't feel sorry.
No, but she made a very good fist of making it look like that. Michael Bartels, the boyfriend of Steffi Graf, himself a top-class competitor in motor racing, but nothing higher class than this. Arantxa 2 points away from the set.
Premier service. Premier service.
Now Arantxa. Two set points. Yes. She's entitled to that kind of reaction. I would imagine one of the best sets she's ever played. And she's done it here in a Grand Slam final. Because make no mistake, Steffi didn't play badly. It wasn't as good as the first set, but Arantxa was phenomenal, David.
Brilliant set from the sand here, and I think for all of us, we've been starved of great matches. Lovely that we're going to get a third course to this one.
Premier service.
Well, if she'd won that rally, I think it might have been a crushing blow to Steffi, who hit her with everything but the kitchen sink.
And Arantxa taps the head. The one difference, though, she saw the short ball and moved in behind it and had the golden opportunity.
hear the groans of disappointment. Another thing that Arantxa's done here, which I didn't think was possible, is she's got the crowd off Steffi's side and onto hers, just because of this amazingly spirited performance. Well, the forehand's fired pretty well. It's kept coming back, but she stayed consistent with it. Well, she very nearly got it back, but smiles all round the centre court now. This is proving to be a real treat. But it's Graf who leads 1-love in this deciding set. Some wonderful slow motion shots of two superb athletes.
The relief on Graf's face, that was on the lucky net court on the previous game, but it must be a relief to have won a love game. You just don't expect to get any easy games against Arantxa, certainly in a match like this. Understandable that having played so well in that second set that the Spaniard should have a little bit of a letdown, but you're right. I mean, and now the crowd are equally for them both, simply because they're enjoying this match so well, and they recognise that both athletes deserve our support and appreciation.
Un petit peu de silence, s'il vous plaît.
So it's Arantxa at love 1 in this deciding set. The court now swept. Nope.
0-3.